Hi, welcome to my review of Prisoners, directed by Denis Villeneuve, a film that primarily centers around a detective as he investigates an abduction of two little girls that were abducted on Thanksgiving Day.
911. Detective Loki.
Do you have children, detective?
I'm gonna find your daughters.
Caller reported an RV was parked at a rest stop off Route 46.
Show me your hands! Where'd you put those girls? Where are they?
Okay, so I finally put down Grand Theft Auto 5 long enough to go see Prisoners, and quite frankly, I was actually debating on whether to see this or not this weekend or next, because I wanted to focus on Grand Theft Auto 5 and, hopefully get a review up of that game sometime soon. But I'm glad I did say Prisoners this weekend, and I'm going to tell you why. But before I get into the actual film, I do want to briefly talk about the trailer. I saw it for the first time when I went and saw Elysium, and it was something that really kind of piqued my interest. It was something that looked really interesting and something that I was looking forward to seeing. But one thing I was kind of taken back by was just how much was being shown in the trailer. I thought it was giving away a little too much, but little did I know that's primarily the first 30 minutes of the film. There's a whole other 2 hours after that. But even with that said, there are little bits and pieces in the trailer that I do think gives away a little too much information. It's nothing that's going to spoil anything, at least I don't believe it will, but just kind of take my warning and don't see the trailer. Just go watch the film. Because what makes Prisoners so great is that it's a gigantic mystery, and I love a good mystery, and if you're a fan of a good mystery, then you're going to be a fan of this. However, it is a bit long, like I said earlier. It is over 2 hours and 30 minutes. But even with that said, it's got a lot of suspense to kind of keep you engaged. And man, does this film get tense. I mean, there are scenes in this film that made me grit my teeth. And when I say intense, I'm not talking about action sequences because there are none. Make no mistake, Prisoners is primarily a drama and thriller. Albeit it's a very gritty drama, it's a very intense drama, and it's very thrilling, and you could easily call this a thriller, but at its heart, I would describe it more as a drama. And one of the other things I really liked about Prisoners is that it does a really good job at making the viewer kind of unsure of who to root for. Not all characters walk around with demon horns or halos or anything like that. I really liked how it was showcased, and I really like how it kind of gives the viewer a variety of perspectives, which is something that can be taken away from this film. Another great thing that's worth mentioning in Prisoners is, of course, the acting. The performances, they range from really good to really great. I'm gonna start a little low and kind of work my way up. Dano, I can't really talk too much about him, but he was really good. I really liked him in the movie. I thought he did a pretty damn good job. Hugh Jackman, another one that was actually pretty great. I would say this is one of his better performances, at least that I've seen him in. There are some scenes where he is really, really giving it his all. And earlier when I was talking about the intense scenes, I was referring to a lot of the scenes that he's in. He's really, really awesome in this film. But arguably, the best performance in this film might just be Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal, he has that face, everyone knows him, people know that face, but he was so good in this film. He was so convincing as the character Detective Loki that I actually saw past Jake Gyllenhaal and I saw that character. And if you can do that without chewing up the scenery in any sort of way, then that's impressive. Will he get nominated for an Oscar? Is he worthy of getting nominated for an Oscar? I'm not entirely sure, but his performance is definitely one of the better ones I've seen this year. He's really good in this movie. And I also want to add that it's one of the better Jake Gyllenhaal performances that I've seen. Overall, if you're a fan of dramas, mysteries, intense thrillers, then you're probably going to really like this. The only thing about it is that it's a little slow, but when it gets going, it goes full force and it gets insane. But again, by no means is this an action movie or a blockbuster or anything remotely like that. It's a film with a lot of talking, and if you don't like that kind of stuff, you gotta have a little bit of spectacle in your film. You're gonna be a little disappointed. So I'm gonna give my rating now. I'm gonna give Prisoners a very high 4 out of 5. I'm Colyn Kirkland, and thanks for watching.